Hey everybody, hope you are having an amazing day. I am gonna wait for Facebook to get a few more people on here, and then once Facebook does that for me, I will go ahead and I'm gonna share my story today. I'm gonna share my why for this business, and I'm also gonna share my passion for helping so many others. And so I would love to have you just hang out with me for a little while I just share, what this business has done for me, why I love it here, and what it's doing for others. So let's let Facebook find a few more people and we will get going. Okay, my comments section just appeared, so I think it is pushing this video out, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get started. So if you're watching this live, if you could please hashtag live for me. A comment on this video helps push this video out to others, and that just helps me and my business so much, and I thank you. And then also, if you are watching the replay, if you wouldn't mind to hashtag replay for me, I would be so appreciative. I do see people hopping on now. Hello, welcome. I'm going to share my story, my why, my passion and drive for helping others in this business. So if you're new here or new to my page, or you just found me while you were scrolling, hello and welcome. My name's Lori. I'm a small town mama from southern Indiana. I'm a boy mom to 2 little boys, and they are my entire world. I am a wife of nearly 10 years. 2025 will be 10 years to my incredible husband, Corey. He is a great husband and dad, fully supportive always, and I am so thankful to him. So you might be wondering, how did you find this business? How do you stay motivated? Why this business that you're in? And all of those things. And so I'm going to share that with you today. So I graduated high school in 2010, and I started a nursing degree. And while I was at college, I just quickly realized that when I would be older with kids and that kind of life, I didn't want to be working huge long shifts in nursing. I still wanted to help people, but I didn't want to sacrifice my time with my family. And so I called home and I said, "Hey, Mom and Dad, I'm changing my major." And they said, "Okay, to what?" And I said, "Actually, I don't know yet. I'm waiting to talk to my advisor." And so they said, "Okay, let us know." And I went and spoke with my advisor, and he said, "Do you still want to help people?" And I said, "Absolutely." And he said, "Do you still want to graduate in 4 years?" And I said, "I do." And he said, "Perfect. We can slide you right into human resources degree. What do you think?" And I said, "Absolutely." And so I went ahead and slid right into a human resources degree, which I absolutely loved. Helping people, learning marketing, learning business sides of things. It was incredible, and I loved everything about it. But fast forward a year or two, and I moved back to small town Indiana, and it didn't work out the way I thought it was going to. They have this thing where it's like, "Oh, well, actually, you need experience before we can hire you." And so I was like, "Okay, go get experience." Like another step, right? Okay, go get experience. Another step. So I went ahead and I worked different jobs in different offices trying to gain experience, right? And lo and behold, by the time I gained experience, I had married my husband. I was also pregnant with our first child. And so I thought, well, now that I have experience, pushing a career is not exactly what I want to do, because I want time with my baby, right? And so I just worked and did what I could. I stayed in jobs that I liked. I moved jobs when I needed to. I worked 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs. It just depended. I did all the things. Hey, Lisa, thanks for hopping on. And so, after we had our son, I quickly realized that my second job, which was bartending, was taking up all the free time that I had with him. And so my husband and I came to the realization that time with our children is really precious, and that had been our whole goal. And so my second job, I quit. And in doing all of that, my husband decided, working a regular type of job wasn't going to be enough. So he went to school for 4 months. He went to school for about a month. It cost about $4,000 to get his CDL license. And so he drives truck now, and he loves it, and he does an incredible job. He is great at what he does. And so that was really good for us. So I was able to, if we fast forward about 5 more years, we had our second son, and I was able to stay home for a couple of years. And during that time, I really delved into working online. What can I do from home to make the income I was making at the job I just left, right? So I delved into MLMs. Quite a few, actually. I had done a cosmetic MLM when I was in college, and I loved it, but I stopped doing it just because of the having to house inventory. It just wasn't personally working for me anymore. And so what I did was I looked at the things. I looked like regular remote jobs. I looked at, like I said, MLMs, lots of different companies. I have lots of experience with different companies. Some of them I was successful with, some of them not so much, right? And so, that was great while it lasted, but, I dealt with people coming and going, my downline's dropping off, my upline's dropping off, like all of the things, and it just wasn't sustainable. And so I got burnt out, and I told my husband I'm never doing anything online ever again. And he said, okay. And so I ended up going to our local high school and getting a part-time teaching job, a non-accredited position. I work with all kinds of students in applied study hall with all kinds of grades and all kinds of subjects, right? And so I was so thankful for this position. It was on my children's schedule, and it just worked, right? And so while being super thankful and being super glad for this position, there came a time where it stopped filling my cup, where I was just looking for something else because it just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough cash flow rolling in. There just wasn't enough, okay? And so I was like, oh, let's look online, but let's not look online. So I started by just scrolling Facebook just like you are. And my 6A mentor, I watched her for a little while. And then someone that I personally know jumped on this opportunity. And I told my husband, I know that if they're doing it, this opportunity is good and well. And I also am gonna do it. And he said, supporting you every single step of the way, let's run with it. And so I took no time. I literally talked to my mentor, said, nope, I want to do this. I am ready. I know I am. I leveraged zero down options, right? So I paid for my investment by using someone else's money. And I got in the business within a week or two. Okay. Now, let me tell you, no, I did not. Absolutely, I did not have the funds to start this business. We were not at an amazing spot. There was like $200 left in our account. We had a couple bills behind. Like, it was not great. And so here's the thing. I just knew when I started this business that I had to run with it. It was the best compensation plan I ever saw. There's no deranking. There's no inventory. There's legacy money for me to leave to my children. And there's just so much that attracted me to this business. So I hopped on and I ran with it. I did the work. I put in the time. I learned and trained and stayed coachable with my mentors. I talk to my mentor, guys, almost daily, pretty much daily. And that is something that's just so amazing about this opportunity is our community here is like none other. It is second to none. People stay in this business because it's sustainable, because it makes money, because it makes massive money, and they are here for life. Once you're in this business, you stay. And so the other thing that just attracted me to this business was just knowing that I had the full support, and that also, shall something occur, I'm my own CEO, and I can build this business how ever I'm able to. And at the same token, if something happens and I'm not able to work my business for a week or a month or any of those things, I still stay the same rank. There's no deranking. There's no, inventory. There's no falling back. If I need to pick right back up again, shall that occur, then I just pick right back up again right where I left off. And that was so amazing to me. And so in thinking about, my why for the business and my goals and all of that for this business, listen, you guys, my big why is my boys. That's the why. That's, as a mama, that's a big enough why for me to keep me freaking going, right? I don't want my kids struggling. I don't want my kids hurting in any way in this life. And I want to set them up for success. Now, that doesn't mean that my kids aren't going to have to work. That doesn't mean I'm going to give my kids whatever they want, because I don't. You can ask them. That doesn't mean that we have this big, fancy, lavish lifestyle. But what it does mean is that I've set my kids up for success, and they're going to be okay in this life. And as a mama, that's what you want to do. So that's my big why. Other than that, my why is just being extremely comfortable, not being comfortable and then not being comfortable, not having enough and then not having enough. I just want the constant, or the consistency of being okay, and to know that we're okay and everything's gonna be okay. And so that's why I'm here. But my largest passion for this job is just helping others to the financial freedom that this business offers, is helping others to the wealth that this business brings along with it. So it's so easy once we flip our mindset to learn and to know and to understand that we need to do something else other than just our 9 to 5. And our 9 to 5's really just not enough. And as unfortunate as that is, it's the whole truth. It's the dang truth. And you know it, and I know it. We all know it. It's just not enough. And so my passion is teaching others to flip that mindset. Be an investor. Have an investor mindset. Get rid of the consumer mindset. And just have the passion to help others along the way. And so that's what I'm doing. I am here to help others to this massive freedom that's available with this opportunity. We get 56% commissions. And so I am here to have those commissions. And I am just here to help you do that too. I'm in Carline, so I had to tell my Carline girl how many kiddos I'm getting today at school. But it's my passion just to teach others that there is more. And it's okay to want more. There's nothing wrong with wanting more and going after that and living a life and breaking those generations of, I don't really like to use the term generational curses, but I don't know a better term here, so I'm going to use that. So just breaking those, generational curses of, just working your life away. We don't want to do that anymore. We're not here to just work our life away. It's yucky. It feels yucky. It sounds yucky. It's no fun. It's no life. We're here to do so much more than that. And so the whole idea of this business is my mentor helps me get wealthy, and I help others get wealthy along the way. And that's literally how it works. I help you, you help someone else, I help someone else, and they help someone else, and I help someone else again, and they help someone else. And it just keeps going. And before you know it, we all have that wealth we're looking for. I'm not trying to hit a status quo. I'm not trying to be better than anyone else. I'm not trying to say, oh, look at me and this greatness that I'm doing. I'm not here to do that. I'm literally here to show you a better option. I'm literally here to help you. It's as simple as that, guys. And I'll see you next time on my next live. Bye.